I might just have 2 Reef Bowls. Look at that bad boy. So one of these potentiometers regulates the voltage and the other one regulates the amperage. It's just starting to warm up. Ooh, now it's heating up. I started this little terrarium about 2 years ago. It's basically just a moss log inside there. And I plopped it in there, put a little bit of water, and then covered it up with that saran wrap that you see. Put a little rock on top. And it's just been going. I haven't opened it. That saran wrap's not even really sealed on there tightly anymore. But it's doing okay. Then this summer, I went and opened the door, smacked it up pretty good. This is the door right here. And I smacked it up pretty good. Wasn't paying attention, so we're gonna go ahead and take this moss and plant it outside along with a couple of ferns in there. We're just gonna plant it outside, and then we're gonna use this as an experiment. Rather than going and buying another one, I'm gonna use this as an experiment for the Reef Bowl that I've got going over there. We're gonna poke some holes in here and see if I can't get a heater in there and get that canister filter working by poking holes in the bottom and see if I can't get them sealed and see if it'll hold water. So I'm making my coffee, and I usually warm up my mug with some hot water that I boil. I don't know if you can see that. And I have this fish bowl sitting here on the side that I finally cleaned off. And I think, well, you know, I kicked that in pretty good. Why don't I take some of this hot water, put it in there, and see if I can't... Ooh, that's hot. I can't touch that. Woo. What if I use chopstick? Push that. Ooh, it does not want to go with the chopstick. Ooh, there it goes. Well, I really wish I could put my fingers in there. Oh, what about a spoon? Ooh, nice. Hey, look at that. Almost. I think those corners are going to be a problem in this fourth one here. Doesn't want to stay down. Whoa, stay down. Look at that. A little bit. Spoon worked out pretty good. I might just leave it alone and see what happens. You can always come back here. Oh, it's still pretty hot. I think that worked out better. I was thinking of using a heat gun, but man, a heat gun just melts this plastic and it might just want to give it a different shape. Oh, now I got coffee grinds in here. I gotta clean that up. So, where are they? They're right here. I think once I get water in there, and this will probably be the back of the tank, I might just have 2 Reef Bowls. That's pretty cool. Well, well, well. Looky what Spicy Reef has here today. We've got ourselves a nice little voltage and power regulator. So, should I have maybe got the scissors out? Okay, there we go. Look at that bad boy. $7. You can get them even cheaper if you're buying more than one on eBay. So one of these potentiometers regulates the voltage and the other one regulates the amperage. And the way we can tell is by plugging in something to the supply, putting some leads on the output, and just looking at the voltage. And then we can put something that we want to power on there and then regulate the amps that are going into that. So this is very basic here. We've got our little controller, and you can see I've tuned it down to 2.5 volts, and we can place this LED on there. At 2.5 volts it will fire up. We can see how many amps are going through that LED. I'm really messing it up, aren't I? Okay, so we want to put this on, we want to put on milliamps. Okay, get it together, Spicy. And see if that shows up on the camera. Yes, and we're just going to run it through. And now we can see that at this point I'm only drawing, woo, yikes, 0.004 amps. Here, I'll show you how to increase the voltage. So we got to switch this back. Now, I think in this situation, it might be worth it to get the controller that has the little digital readout of both the volts and the amps. Because now I don't have 2 multimeters, and so now I'm here monitoring, having to switch back and forth on each one of these to adjust the voltage. And I kind of wish I did purchase the other one. So let's see. I can't remember which is which. All you do is turn, turn, turn. Nope, this must be the amps. There we go. See that? So now we're at roughly 3.2 volts. So now that came on really bright. And let's take a look at the heat on that. It still doesn't register. I don't feel it at all. And I do also have one of those infrared thermometers. So that's basically it. And so now, if I want to, I can go back over here and I can see how many amps is it drawing now. It should be drawing more amps in order to get that higher want these things to lay down naturally. Switch it over to amps. And power it up. Boing. Now you see we're drawing 0.3. That's drawing a lot of amps, a lot of current there. It's about 1/3 of an amp. So I think that's probably the maximum you want to push actually in these. So I would say it's not heating up just yet, but it's just starting to warm up. Ooh, now it's heating up. It takes a little while. So what I can do is I can lower the amps. I can say, hey, that's too many amps. Let's turn that bad boy down. So let's see, did we lowered a little bit. Let's lower it some more. Let's get aggressive on lowering the amps on that. And so basically, I purchased the wrong unit. Now look, so I'm all the way down. So I'm happy with that. And then now I can climb my way back up. Little by little. So you got brighter. We're drawing 0.044 amps, 44 milliamps. And then you can decide, okay, so how much voltage you want to push, how many amps do you want to push, and what I try to do with these bulbs is to try and make it so I do not have to use a fan. Because once you throw a fan on there, then it's noisy, then you have to mount a fan somewhere, and then you have to put a heat sink. So to me, I like to run this with as little heat as possible. And in order to do that, I'm finding that if I run it at about 2.9 volts and then I trim the amps to about 200 or 150 milliamps, then it doesn't heat up too much. It doesn't go past 85 degrees. And so the other thing that I do is I use my trusty app on my phone to take a look at what the power output is. And I do that with just stacking them on some wire, and I mimic how far my little Pico Reef, like how far do I want these off the water, and then I'll take my phone and I'll measure par once I have it's kind of complicated, but I'm not finding a really good Pico light out there, so I kind of feel like it's worth the effort to make my own. And I come up with these two. That's how I came up with these two. And I went in my bag of tricks and I found myself a 6 volt 150 milliamp power supply, and that works out perfect. It lights up 2 of these bad boys in series, and I can put another 2 in parallel to these 2 and run it off the 150 milliamps. And then I'm pulling approximately 150 par at the top of the water, and then at the bottom of the water it's like 75. So I'm liking that a lot. That's probably overkill, but I like it. And so these 2 that I have on here are blues. I can add a violet and the white, the full spectrum light, the 10K full spectrum on there. And then if I pull them off just at the right height, I'm kind of dialing it in. It's taken me a while to dial it in, but I am dialing it in, and I will probably post the results, not in this video, but in a couple of videos on down, because it is taking me a while, and I have discovered some other LEDs, some cob LEDs that I was playing with that I kind of like a little better. But these, for a little Pico Reef, for a little 1 gallon Pico Reef, I think that's all you need. Spicy Reef here, signing off.
Now what are you doing?
I think I got it.
How do you know if it's up or down?
I was wondering why that ball kept getting bigger, and then it hit me. That was awesome.